Let's celebrate us having NFL films footage for this season.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a weekly staple of this particular 2022 NFL season. I can't wait for it. We're about to see the great, the bad, and all the things in between of the secondary play. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Everything DB with Darius Butler.
Let's go. We're going to jump into some film.
Oh, TV's crooked.
A little crooked.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we forgot about that.
Yeah, a couple
Might be the
match
camera.
boxes.
Yeah, we'll be in the Thunderdome next week. Don't worry.
All right, let's go. Let's jump right to it. First one. We're going to start with the good. It's the pick. First pass of the game for Joey Burrow. You see Minka up top, cover 2. Now, if you see this linebacker, run it back, Foxy, and watch this linebacker. I think it's Miles Jack. You see him open up to that slot receiver. The top receiver, the number 1 receiver, right by the 20-yard line up top. It's a smash concept, so he's running a slant. And then the slot receiver's running a corner route. But if you see that DB, you see the DB's the secondary. This is cover 2. Everybody knows cover 2. But Minka, he's outside leverage. He's all over this from the jump. Burrow tries to actually throw his back inside. I don't know if he expected a 7 stop from his receiver. But great job tying in the pass rush up front. And then Minka being all over this smash concept from the jump. And then once again, 51 Miles Jack doing a great job opening up and taking that pressure off of that slot receiver, and Minka making a play to open this game up.
Hey, secondary, starts the season out 6-0 for the Pittsburgh
Love you, Miles
Steelers.
Jack.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know how many. What do they have? 4 picks this game. This is the second one right here. So run it back from the top. Watch out Minka now. He's a safety at the bottom of the screen. This is Jamar Chase at the bottom of the screen. Pittsburgh came into this game like, hey, we're going to get after the passer, and we're not going to let Jamar get 300 yards on us. So Minka Fitzpatrick over the top. This is probably why Jamar was flicking him off in the middle of the game, because he was over the top of him all
Great
game.
photo.
But down bottom is basically 2-man coverage, and everybody else is a man-to-man. If you see Cam Sutton in the slot, you can let it run, Foxy. So you'll see the safety at the bottom of the screen. He gets over the top of Jamar, and then let the pick play and then run it back from the top. Great undercut. Great play. I mean, this is anticipation. This is knowing where Burrow's going to go. And from the quarterback standpoint, this is split safety. This is exactly where Burrow should go with this ball, but he should put it over the top and try to lead him. Once again, this safety, leaving the middle of the field wide open. Should throw that over the top, probably lead him, but Minka maybe makes a play. But he undercuts it, makes a great play from the slot position. Man-to-man coverage, outside leverage, slices under. You can see it from the court. Pause it. Look at that. That's what the quarterback sees. So he sees middle of the field.
Wide open.
He sees his receiver breaking inside, and then this corner not panicking, not just chasing the receiver, but actually peeking back, undercutting this when he sees this ball on the line, and then making a great play from the slot position.
Is that a flag on Minka? They called it.
Let me see it again.
He was mad about it later.
Defenseless, right?
I mean, it's for the safety of the game. You know, it's soft. It is soft, but it is a quote-unquote defenseless receiver, and he does get hit in the head and neck. So, I guess it's a decent
Now,
call.
I will say
It's
there
for
has
the
been
safety.
hits similar to that hit in the past where people have got suspended, I guess.
yeah.
A lot of people started tweeting, like, how come no suspensions happen for Minka? I think the pick, though, changes it because immediately after the pick happens, it's a different – all of a sudden they're on defense.
Yeah.
So I think it was a bang-bang play, probably the right call. What you're saying, incredible closing speed, and was he baiting Joey Burrow? Was that guy baiting Joey Burrow, you think, corner?
No, that's just being confident in man-to-man coverage, you know, because he's one-on-one. He's not expecting help. He knows that safety in the bottom of the screen, that help is going to Jamar. So he knows he's one-on-one with that slot receiver. So that's just a great play. Once he identifies that route, just undercutting and seeing the trajectory of the ball and knowing he can get to it and making a great play, being confident.
And that's Tyler Boyd used to be. He's not like a super burner anymore, too. So you kind of have like confidence that you could, if the ball is in the air, you can go get it.
You always got to know your speed matchup. You know if that's Tyreek Hill, I'm probably not even looking back for that ball. I just know if I'm seeing the back of his jersey, I got to run. So having confidence and knowing who that is, knowing where that ball is going, knowing that your help is away from you, that's just a great play all around from Cam Sutton.
So you would say that the Pittsburgh Steelers defense and secondary in particular, they were on a string with the D-line, but came out week 1 fucking ready to go.
Oh, came out week 1 ready to go. I mean, we all know this should have been a blowout. Based on how this defense played, based on how they had everything dialed up with Burrow. They had him locked in. He looked a little, I don't know, maybe a little tick behind. I'm sure he'll pick up and be fine this year, but just a great overall performance from the Steelers. And then this play right here, this is unbelievable. So down at the very bottom of the screen is actually a safety lined up on Hayden Hurst. So that tells you, if you see a safety out there on number 1 on the tight end, that is what coverage, Tone?
Man.
that is man-to-man coverage. So right now, this is 4th and 6. A gotta have it.
No, it's cover 2. I see the safeties up top.
Dahn.
right.
Okay, so the safety's outside, so it'll be 2-man. That's probably what you would expect as a quarterback.
this is.
You would expect 2-man coverage as a quarterback because once the safety goes out, this is why you run this formation as an offense to get an identification of what the coverage is. So once you have this safety matched up on the tight end out bottom, that's telling me man-to-man. But like you said, no, it's not. It's cover 2. So you'll see this slot defender, the nickelback. If you can ID the nickelback, it's kind of tough to ID him here, but you'll see him make the play. Let it play, Foxy. Now go back to the beginning. As he baits Burrow this whole time, bouncing it out, and Burrow actually just playing from the tight copy.
The back.
Because once again, the back copy. So look, from Burrow never sees that it's not man coverage. Because right now, all he sees is Boyd, and he's waiting for him to break away from that DB. So he thinks it's man coverage still at this point. Let it play. Still man coverage, still man coverage. The ball is gone now. He realizes it's on coverage when it's too late. So that's great. Getting guys on the same page and say, hey, if they come out in this formation, you go line up on that tight end outside, so that tells the quarterback his man coverage, and then you play it and you bait him and make this play. That's awesome, awesome stuff.
And look at this, middle of the goddamn program here. We are finding a better way to do this so you can circle the person before we get into Thunderdome. This is my desk, obviously. That is not my brain. This is the TV. Go ahead and use this as your own, D-Bud, as you start talking. You still got to talk into the microphone.
Oh, yeah, true. So right now, quarterback, all he sees is man. Once again, Miles Jacks, he's on man. 2 safety, split safety, so it's 2-man. 35, he's on Boyd, and let it play. So right now, this is 4th and 6, remember. So he's just trying to put this ball on the money outside of him, and Witherspoon does a great job baiting him. And he's really an outside corner, but in this situation, since that safety's outside, he has to play like a slot corner. And for him to be outside corner, come in and play like a slot, he played that to perfection. Rewind it one more time, Foxy. This is how you play a hook curl in a cover 2. You get depth, and this is a big route against cover 2 too, but he's pressing out. You're baiting him. Vision on the quarterback the entire time. Break, and then finish and making the play. This is a big moment, man. So this defense, they balled out all year. Obviously going to be missing TJ for some time.
Scheme or players?
Both. This is both, because you can call this but not execute it properly. But this is scheme and players. This is getting guys lined up. This is being coached well, knowing how to do it. And this is a big situation. We just talked about guys, coaches, players, whoever panicking. This is a big situation. Defense has been playing great, but this is still a 7-point ball game in the 4th quarter. So, hey, we got to do more. We got to do more as defensive players, even when your offense aren't putting up points.
Yeah, D-But, to that point, with it being a close game and them knowing about Joe Burrow, like, do you think these guys, after they have picked him off a couple more times, are more willing to kind of take chances and be aggressive because he's a little gun shy already?
Oh yeah, especially when you get him literally the first pass of the game, we get him, we know, okay, what we've been studying for, what we've been doing. They did a lot of split safety stuff. We got him dialed up, so we're getting after him.
Okay, now that is the great of the secondary from week 1 from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Sweet.
So on that, for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, right?
Yes.
No. Yeah.
And listen, I don't like doing this. They make me talk about missed kicks and shank punts and all that
tough.
shit.
Thanks.
So this is just the way it is. Hey, welcome to the program.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to sports entertainment.
Sorry.
Entertainment. That's really inside our office joke there. Let's see the bad now from potential week 1 secondary play, Darius Butler. And for that, we're headed to where?
We're heading out there to this Minnesota offense. I forgot where they play this game.
Come on, D-Bud.
Minnesota.
Yeah, they were doing a skull chant. Yeah.
Look at this, man. I mean, so first of all, where's Justin Jefferson? Where's 18? And once again, this is for learning purposes. This is the same shit we talk about in defensive meetings. So I'm not trying to throw anybody on the bus or make anybody look bad. But this is football. All right, so Justin Jefferson, he's in the slot here, right? So let this one play, Foxy. Just watch 18. All right. Oh, this is okay. Boom. All right, now run it back. Let's get it from the. Let's get the coverage. This is quarters coverage, right?
What's
so you
that
got
mean? What's that mean?
1, 2, 3, 4. They divide the 4 parts of the deep coverage, and then you have the 3 underneath. 1, 2, curl flat, and then he relates to the number 3 receiver. But right now we got 3 wide receivers. 1, 2, 3. So this safety is actually responsible for 2 when he goes vertical. And how do we know if he's going vertical? Once he runs past these underneath defenders, he's now vertical, right? So then he becomes Savage's responsibility. So it's going to be Savage on Jefferson. Now on the backside of this quarters coverage, you got the other safety, and he's responsible for that 2 vertical. Or if one just comes vertical, he's just responsible to help this guy. But he kind of dies. He runs an out route. So that frees this safety up. So let it play, Foxy. So pause it. So right now we got Justin Jefferson running up on Savage. And for any safety in the league, you probably saying, oh, shit. Like, it's about 8 yards between me and Justin Jefferson. He runs his silky smooth with his routes. Kirk Cousins has the arm to make any throw. But you know, damn, okay, I got to get out. I can get a 7 route. I can get out breaker. I can get a post. So Savage actually gets turned around here. Let it play a little bit. He gets turned around, kind of gets lost. He's in his blind spot. So Savage doesn't even see him right now. Amos is kind of like, okay, I'm going to help out. He kind of eases up for a second, and then he just hits a burst, and then Cousins put this right on the money. So
That's Justin Jefferson playing the coverage there, right?
this is Justin Jefferson playing the coverage, setting that first safety up, getting him turned around, and then the backside safety, which should be some help. He kind of eases up a little bit and then runs by him. So we got to be better. We got to be better.
Go back on this particular shot. This one's a great shot because this is Tyreek Hill in the Super Bowl in Wasp, where he gets a safety thinking he's going post and he goes back outside. Watch Justin Jefferson at the top of his route right here, what he does to Savage, who's going to shit his pants.
It's the first safety.
Watch when he gets up on the thing. Look, he fakes out, bang, turn.
Yeah. So now you're in the back. So you're the help. So you should kind of roll under this, and this safety should still be running. But he kind of rewind it, and then let it play full speed. Because you'll see Justin Jefferson, when he comes out of that, I don't even think he knows he's getting the ball. He eases up for like maybe 1 or 2 steps, like right there, and then he bursts right there. So that's tough. That's a great ball from Cousins, and then Justin Jefferson doing what he does. Next play.
D-But, do you think Savage bailed maybe early to the 7 because he thought Amos was going to help inside?
No, it's tough. So in quarters, as that quarter safety, you kind of split the field in half. So it's like, hey, these are our issues. Yeah. He has his own issues over there because we don't know what routes we're getting over there from that safety. So he's like a bonus help type of player.
Why did Amos step up, though?
Because I think it was that underneath tight end.
Underneath, so remember he's responsible for 2 vertical, right?
Yeah.
So he does go vertical, which is past the line. Let it play, Foxy. So he goes past the linebackers, but he kind of goes inside to the point where he's like, okay, he's not a deep threat, so I can continue to sink back and help. He had the right idea, the right mindset, but I think those 1 or 2 steps that Jefferson kind of, and then he hit that burst, like that's really, really tough to do like that.
This is exactly, though, what Aaron was talking about with his wide receivers, saying, like, there's a couple coverages we didn't expect, and he was talking about leverage and shade. Justin Jefferson just abused leverage.
And they expected this coverage. Like, this is a route to beat quarters coverage. But you'll see it again on the next play. Let's see the next play. Very similar route, but now it's a different coverage. Now we got single high, right? So now you got Justin Jefferson at the bottom of the screen, inside the top of the numbers. You got a tight end in there. But as a cover 3 corner, this is your responsibility. You're a deep third player. This is your player he goes vertical. Number 1 is your player. Same up top. But number 1 is your player if he goes vertical. So right here is going to be a very similar route. He's going to come up and just run like a deep over route. But for some reason, Alexander drops him. It's like almost like he expected someone to pick him up. Nobody's going to pick him up. And even if you kind of should make the mistake on the side of let me stay with this guy and another guy runs with Jefferson, you don't let him run free. And obviously he makes the play, but then to get this ball in the end zone, that's kind of next level. That's where you take the step. But once again, cover 3, you're responsible for 1 vertical. And the only way he could have passed this off is if he communicated with him pre-snap, because he's going to get this same route. And watch Douglas up top. Same route against Thielen, but he runs with it. As the seam flat player, he's running with it. But you're going to be in a shitty position because you are outside leverage and he's running across the field. So it's probably going to be a catch anyway. You just got to get him down on the ground. Though.
Great play design, right?
Great play design, yeah.
And once again, vertical is when they get past the linebacker.
Past the line of scrimmage. That's when he becomes a vertical player, because if Thielen or Jefferson were to run this route and they went underneath 1, 2, 3, 4, like that under, because now it's the last one was 4 deep, 3 under. So now this one is 3 deep, 1, 2, 3,
4 under.
And 4 under. So if he goes under, that's when he's not your responsibility. Once he goes over that those underneath coverage guys, that's basically man as in cover 3.
You're just getting a little bit of a buffer head start, so if he comes into your area, you pick him up, you stay on man no matter where he goes.
Yeah, and that's a tough route. That's a tough route.
Good play design.
That crossing route is a tough route to guard in man. Because in cover 3, anytime you're outside leverage against a cut split running across the field, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's science, but when the guy's running across the field, they get a little bit faster.
Right.
So great play design, great execution, and obviously a great player.
So would you attribute that more than to like the scheme and Justin Jefferson being very set? I mean, because I assume that the Packers going into the game were like, hey, can't let Justin Jefferson beat us. Like that's fucking item 1A.
That's a hell of an assumption, Ty.
Right.
I watched a ton of this film from Week 11 when they had that shootout, and Justin
You
Jefferson
did the same thing.
went off.
Yeah.
And they did. I'm a big proponent of. I don't care what we call cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. It has to be adjusted when you play a guy like this. When you play a guy like Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, Stephon Diggs, like all these guys, like you have a coverage, but it have to be Jamar Chase. It has to be adjusted based on where these guys are. So this is a basic route concept that you're going to see against single high all the time.
Pre-snap conversation has to happen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so it's just communication then is what they just completely fucking
Yeah.
botched on Sunday.
Everybody got to know this. And this backside, he has to run with that one. So he's not going to be here. But if this was like a true zone, Douglas would let this go and then just kind of sink back into his curl flat, and then maybe he could pick up Jefferson. Because rewind this, and this is a point I'll make too. So this is cover 3, right? This is cover 3. But in the NFL, most cover 3s, if you're this slot defender, you have everything up and out. So basically, you have this man everywhere he goes unless he goes under. So it's basically man-to-man coverage, essentially. On the corner position, this is cover 3, but if this guy goes up and runs all the way across field, you have that guy. So like we used to call it high school cover 3. If it's a high school cover 3, you just go straight back. You go straight back. You go straight back. You go.
That's
to a
just
curl
elementary,
flat.
you're saying?
That's just elementary. Some teams still do it where they just have real like zone drops. Like you have areas on the field where you need to be, and if Justin Jefferson, he would be running into this backside curl flats area. But in most of, because the NFL, the quarterbacks are too good, the receivers are too good. So you want to get tight matches.
If
So
you
this
ran
is
a high
basically
school
it.
3, though, Justin Jefferson would stop right in the zone beater.
Right.
He would find a zone. He would adjust his route. But in hindsight, it'll be better in this play.
Oh.
Hindsight is 50-50, as Cam says. But in the NFL, most cover 3s is corners. So young corners as a college or high school, whatever you want to play in the NFL, just know quarters, man. Fire zone, man. Cover 3, man. So you got to be ready to play man-to-man coverage in National Football League.
Hey, we're lucky for the man-to-man podcast. Darius Butler. Thank you for that. I feel like we got smarter. Sorry about it for the Viking or the Packers defense.
What the fuck?
I feel like Packers fans just learned a lot. It's fixable.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I hope so.
Communication.
It's fixable. It's fixable.
Good.
We just learned a lot about the Steelers defense. Sounds
Yeah.
like they're on the same damn
Dogs.
page.